Welcome to my little book club. My name's Diana, and I can't wait to talk about books with you all. Hey everybody, it's me, Diana. I'm back. Sorry it has been so long since I've done a video, but I was sick for a while and it was hard to talk without coughing too much, and I was trying to not have to edit every 5 seconds to take out coughing. So sorry about that. I am on the mend. Not 100% yet, but I'm a lot better than I was, so yay. So I'm back with more fun stuff, and I thought a fun way to come back was to do a reading quirk video. One of the booktubers that I watch, Nichi, who's over at _read past my bedtime, and I'll make sure I link her down below. She did this the other day, and I thought it was so fun that I decided to copy her. I thought it was a fun way to get to know you guys, or to get to know her, for you guys to get to know me, and hopefully you guys will do it so that I can find out about your reading quirks, because as readers, we all have little things we need to do. I have 10 of them. I even wrote them down so I don't forget. So here we go. Thanks, Nichi, for the idea. I know you saw it from somebody else. So just kind of fun. So one of mine is that all my books in a series must match. So if I get a hardback, then from there on out, they need to all be hardback. If I get a paperback, I want them all to be paperback. I'm not picky about whether it's hardback or paperback. I mean, I guess I prefer hardback because they're going to last a little longer. And if they're books I'm going to read a lot, that's always important. But I'm not really picky as long as each book in the series is the same. So, anybody else have that quirk? Another one of mine is that I don't handle being interrupted. This was something that was similar to Nichi. Well, so was the matchy books. But I actually will not, I very rarely read with my kids around if my husband's not also home, because I don't like emotionally handle being interrupted with my book very well, and I tend to be snappy when maybe my kids aren't doing anything worth being snapped at. So I try not to do that because I don't want to snap at them when there's no reason to snap at them. And I try to always end at the end of a chapter, and it gets really frustrating to me, and it will bother me until I can open the book and finish the chapter if I have to stop in the middle of a chapter. Like, it's maybe a little OCD type thing, like I have to finish a chapter. I don't know. It's just, I don't like finishing that on the chapter. I also like to read the books in the order that they're published, even when they are a standalone book, and it doesn't matter what order they're read. Like, if it's just an author who just writes a bunch of standalones and they all come out at different times, I still like to read them in the order that they came out. Kayla Olsen's books, they're not a series, they're unrelated, but I'm gonna read the one she wrote first, followed by the one she wrote second, because, well, it bothers me if I don't for some reason. I don't know why. There's no reason to it. It's not like they go together. I could read them in whatever order I wanted. But I like to read them in the publishing order. It's silly, I know. I also hate to DNF a book, do not finish. I very rarely will not finish a book. I will give every book benefit of the doubt until it is over. Then I will fully judge it. And when I have a book that I haven't finished, it bothers me. I think I only have one book that I've not ever come back to so far, and that is the very last Lord of the Rings series book. I can't think of the last name of the book. But it ended where the movie ended, and I happened to watch the movie before I read the books. And there was so much left in the book that it irritated me that the movie had ended already, that I couldn't bring myself to finish it. I still plan to one day, but I haven't, actually, that's like the only one I haven't gone back to and finished it. And there are books I've had to put on hold for a while, but I've always come back and eventually finished them. So, yes. Also, I like to take the desk covers off of any like hardback books. Like if once I'm actually going to read it, then I like to read it here because I don't want to ruin the pretty cover. And I know that kind of defeats the purpose of having the dust jacket because the dust jacket is supposed to protect the book. But thankfully now, thanks to one of my book club members and friends, I have a little book holder that I can put it in so I can slip it in there and keep my book nice and protected. So now the book is protected and the dust cover jacket is protected, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. Audiobooks. I have no problems with people counting audiobooks as books they've read. I have counted audiobooks as a book that I have read as well. No problems with it, but it's actually very hard for me to get into an audiobook. I did use the audiobook for the Outlander series. Not the first book, I read that one, but the next two books I used the audiobooks for because I was struggling to get into the books and they took so much time. I liked it that it helped me get through the book without taking up my reading time. I was able to do it while I was folding laundry or driving in the car, but I just zone out. It doesn't matter if it's an amazing book. It can be the best book in the world and a book that I have read and loved, and I still will zone out in an audiobook. I guess I just need that visual words in front of my eyes to really tune in. It worked well for the Outlander series, and I do plan to do more audiobooks like that. I think it worked well because that was one of the problems I had with the Outlander series, is that as much as the story was really good, there's a whole lot of other stuff in. Another thing, it may make me a bit of a book snob, but I really struggle to loan books out to anybody except for the people I know who love and cherish books just as much as I do, which is just a small handful of people. My little besties are about the only one that I will loan books out to without any worry. And if it's signed, you have very little chance of being able to borrow that book. So if I have lent you a signed book, that means I super trust you, and that's a big deal. So don't break that trust. Every month I have a TBR list that I try to keep to. If I'm not able to finish my list, it really bothers me a lot, even if I have read more than what's on that list. Like if I've been given books to review, and so I put those as a priority. So I end up reading more books than what's on my list. It still bothers me if I didn't actually finish my original list. And maybe it bothers me more now since I usually put up my TBR list every month. So now I am competitive. Like I need to finish all those if I say I'm going to. And it's really silly because a TBR list is not a must-read list. It's a goal, and it's okay to not make that goal, but it really bothers me if I don't make that goal. Another one of my quirks is I can't eat anything while I'm reading a physical book. I can do it when I'm reading on my Kindle, but I don't like doing it when I'm reading a physical book, just in case something spills or my hands get greasy and then I touch a page. Even if it's just some really microscopic spot, if I know it's there, it'll bother me forever. Kindle doesn't matter because, you just wipe it off and you're good to go. And the last one that I have is I really struggle to pick up a book and read it once somebody tells me that I have to read it. And I don't mean like somebody saying, oh, this book was really good, it was awesome, I highly recommend it. That's totally different. I mean when somebody's like, you have to read it, or you're doing it for school or for an assignment, or they're just really persistent. They're, it's not like they say they really loved it, so if you like this type of book, you would enjoy this too. But when there are those types of people that are like, you have to, you don't have a choice, you got to read it, it is that awesome, you have to read it. It takes me a really long time. Those are my little quirks. So if you share any of my quirks, let me know in the comments below. If you don't share my quirks and you think I need to change my mind, let me know in the comments below. And if you just have something to share with me about your own unique quirks that I didn't talk about that you have, I would love to hear about them. So share them down below. And if you're another booktuber, then why don't you make yourself a quirky video and let me know when you post that video, and I would love to listen and see what your quirks are. So I'll talk to you guys later. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And even better, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel so that you can keep watching all my videos if you want. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope that everybody has a great day, and make sure to share your reading quirks down below in the comments, all right? Have a great day, guys.